This is the Baby Master PT Q&A where you ask me questions and I answer them live on air. So here is today's question. Today's question is about congenital muscular torticollis. If I start this exercise daily with my 5-month-old, when should I be seeing a difference? Also, how should I position him while sideline? His head is tilting left, so left side torticollis. So let's start at the beginning. Here's the plan. What we're going to do is I'm going to cover what torticollis is. Then we're going to move on to some positioning, passive activities or passive things that you can do to help to slowly correct your baby's torticollis. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what kind of timeline you should be looking at in terms of when to start seeing a difference. And also, at the end, I'm going to give you some active stretching techniques that you can use for your little one to help correct congenital muscular torticollis. Now, torticollis, or you might hear the term wry neck or twisted neck, is named for the bend. A lot of times there's confusion when it comes to how you name or which side torticollis a baby has, because baby's head will typically be tilted one way but rotated in the opposite direction, and that tends to confuse parents. So I want to address that up front so that we can try to get rid of some of that confusion. So if your baby's head is bent towards her left side, she has left side torticollis. If your baby's head is tilted towards the right side, your baby has right side torticollis. Once you identify the bend, you have named the torticollis. That's simple. Now, having said that, when your baby's head is tilted towards, let's say baby's head has right side torticollis and her head is tilted towards her right side, the head will typically rotate toward the left side. Now, this parent asked about their baby has left side torticollis. So that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on left side torticollis. Now, a couple of things that you can do to help your baby overcome torticollis just gradually, naturally. These are what I would call more of environmental kind of changes. Now, we know that we're supposed to put our baby to sleep on their back. Sleep on your back, safe sleeping techniques. We don't want to change that. But what you can do is, if your baby, this particular one, has left side torticollis, so baby's head is tilted towards her left shoulder like this, and the head would also be rotated towards her right side. This is her right arm. This is her left hand. So you notice her head is rotated towards her right side. Now, what you can do with a baby in this position is, if you put baby in the crib, put things over towards the left side so that this will cue baby to rotate her head towards her non-favorite side to look at those things. If you're playing with baby on the ground in your living room floor, my television is over on my left-hand side. So what I would do with her, I would position her this way so that she has left side torticollis. She has left side torticollis. This is her left hand. Her neck would typically be tilted towards her left shoulder, but it will be rotated towards her right side. And so now by positioning her with her head this way while the television is on her left side, that'll cue her to gradually kind of rotate her head and turn her head so that she can actually watch TV and see what's going on the television. And these are just some simple passive techniques that you can use to help your baby to start moving and rotating that head a little bit more. Now, with regard to the timeline for torticollis, if a parent starts stretching their baby, how soon can they expect to see results? That's one of those nuanced questions that's kind of difficult to answer. First of all, there are different levels of torticollis. You might have a baby with a mild torticollis where you can barely notice it, or you might only notice it when baby starts to get tired and sleepy, and you notice the head goes towards the left side a little bit. Some babies, the torticollis is there and no one really notices it because it's so mild. And other kids, you have a significant torticollis where there's really a lot of tightness going on. So obviously, it's going to take different amounts of time. If you start consistently stretching your baby, and let's say you do a little bit of stretching at every diaper change, which is what I recommend for parents. Every time you change a diaper, add the torticollis stretching into the routine where you sit down with your baby once diapers change, everybody's happy, no more stinky. Get into a little bit of positioning and a little bit of gentle stretching. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit of some active stretching techniques that I like to use for torticollis. Okay, so the first one is the side bend. Now, we said this particular little one, let me move the camera this way so you can see the stretch. Move baby over that way. So this baby, we said that she has left side torticollis. So her head is tilted in this direction. Now, what you can do is put baby to lie on the ground, flat on the ground in front of you. Take 2 fingers, put those 2 fingers on baby's. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. Put your 2 fingers on baby's shoulder, and you're going to hold the shoulder down. You don't want the shoulder to be moving when you're actually trying to do the stretch. Take your left hand. This is with your right hand. Take your right hand. Put your right hand on baby's shoulder. Hold baby's shoulder down. Baby's left shoulder, that is. Hold baby's left shoulder down with your right hand. Then take your left hand and gently cup baby's head and just tilt baby's head towards her right shoulder as if you're bringing baby's right shoulder to touch her right ear. Now, one thing that I did forget to mention, there are 2 muscles on the side of your baby's neck called the sternocleidomastoid muscles. You don't need to know the name of the muscle, but you just need to remember that you have these 2 thick muscles on the side of baby's neck, and one of them is tight, and that's what's causing baby to tilt. Now, whenever you have a tightness on one side, it means that the other side is a little bit elongated or being stretched a little bit too much. And so now by trying to stretch this, do this side bending neck stretch, we are trying to stretch that tight muscle. When you do the stretch, like I said, when you do the stretch, you want to stretch and hold for about 30 to 60 seconds. I actually like to try to go longer, as long as baby tolerates it and baby is not crying and fussing too much. I like to just continue stretching. I like this position because with having your hand on baby's head, you can take your thumb and rub baby's forehead. You can soothe baby. You can rub baby's chest. You can talk to baby, make eye contact with baby. And so you're trying to do everything you can. You can also sing to baby while you're doing the stretch so that you can prolong the stretch and baby does not just sit there screaming with you staring at her, not saying or doing anything and just cranking her neck to the one side. This stretch should be a gentle stretch. It should not feel painful. Once you get to where you feel a little bit of tightness, you can stop and just hold it there. So that's the first stretch. The next stretch will address the rotation component of torticollis. Now, we said that this baby has a left side torticollis, so her head is tilted to the left, but it means that her head will be rotated towards her right side. So what you would do is take your left hand, put your left hand on baby's right shoulder, and then you take your right hand, gently cup baby's head, and just rotate it over towards that right side and just hold it there. You can also use your phone or a toy or some object off towards baby's left side to cue baby, give baby something to look at while you're actively stretching baby, and you're stretching baby's neck muscles. This is addressing the rotational component of it. Now I've saved the last stretch which is one of my favorite stretches, for last because I love this one so much. And this one is called the football carry. The football carry or the football hold, I like to call it the football hug because it just makes it sound much more nurturing, which is what it is. It's a very nice position. So again, we said this baby has left side torticollis. So what you want to do is, if a baby has left side torticollis, you're going to position baby so that baby is facing away from your body, and you're going to take your right hand, pass it in between baby's legs like this. Take your right hand and bring it all the way up so that your elbow will be in between baby's legs. Your hand will come across baby's trunk, and you will hold baby's left shoulder. When you hold baby's left shoulder, you're stabilizing and holding down that left shoulder. And you're going to take your other hand, your left hand, and just let baby rest her neck on your elbow. And then you're going to bring your other arm across baby's body. And so now this is the position you're holding baby in. You will let gravity, along with you holding that left shoulder down, you will let gravity do its work. You'll notice what's already happening with baby is that baby's neck is being stretched and baby's right ear is coming towards baby's right shoulder. And you can use this position to stretch baby's neck like this. Now, in this position, you have baby up against your chest. You can rock baby side to side. You can sing to baby. You can rub baby's tummy. You can rub baby's hands. You can rub baby's legs. I like to let the baby hold my hand while I'm doing this stretch. I'll hold baby's hand, and this helps baby to feel comforted while we're actually doing the stretch. You can get up and walk around with this stretch while you're doing it. You can bounce baby up and down, go to the window, let baby look out the window, and you're stretching the entire time. It's a very nice stretch. If you feel like you're not getting enough of a stretch, I like to hold this position right here and then take my other hand, and now you can actually very specifically bend that neck muscle and stretch the sternocleidomastoid muscle by bending the neck upwards towards baby's right shoulder until you can get that right ear to touch the right shoulder. Now, if you're stretching and you forget to hold down that left shoulder, baby is just going to bring that left shoulder up. And now you're kind of doing a bit of a shoulder hike. And that means that you're not getting the full stretch that you want to be getting in this position. So those are a couple of the stretches and techniques that you can use to help to correct torticollis. I also want to let you know that I created a free PDF for you. It's about the gross motor milestones that you should be expecting from your child between 0 and 12 months. I'm going to drop the link down below in the description of this live, and you can click it, download it, slap it on your refrigerator, and just have it there as a reference and know when to have someone take a look at your kid, or if your baby is doing okay and your baby is on track and moving along okay. Okay, that is it for today's live, my friends. I will see you in the next live. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.